What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, check out the playlist where I have all my videos, and no photos makes the video you're looking for a lot easier. Whether it's reactions, just the gangster talk, whatever, it's in their own categories. That way you don't have to keep scrolling, you know what I mean? Just find the video like that. In my opinion, I think it's easier. And don't forget to check out my second channel, Madness Society, where I talk about other shit outside of the streets, like politicians, religion, conspiracies, all of that. Now, what I wanted to talk about was clearing out some stuff and breaking down the actual scenario when it has to do with SPM. SPM obviously being South Park Mexican, a Chicano rapper who did music. Now, one of the misconceptions is that people from Texas think that us people from Los Angeles, California, that we hate on Texans. We don't. There's no reason for us to talk bad about Tejanos or homies and stuff like that. Like, we got nothing against Texas or them, and you know what I'm saying. There's no reason for us to hate, on Texas or Tejanos and shit like that. You know what I mean? I think people read too much into the prison politics into it. You know what I mean? That they view it some type of way. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? Because a lot of homies have family that are, live in Texas and shit like that. You know what I mean? There's a connection between the two. There's not that much of a difference. You know what I mean? Now maybe with the newer generation even more, we have less of a connection because, they're more similar than a motherfucker. But what I'm saying, there's no reason for us to hate. And SPM had a big fan base right here in California, in Los Angeles area. A lot of homies fuck with SPM's music. I fuck with SPM's music. A lot of us were fans. A lot of us owned the albums. I own each and every one of his albums before this shit hit the fans. You know what I mean? He had a lot of fan base. So it's not that we're hating on him for no reason or that we're just hating. Nah, we were fans. We owned his albums. You know what I mean? I buy his albums with my money. Well, before I burned them, but I was a fan. A big fan. I was a big fan. I thought he was incredible, when it came to storytelling, metaphors. I thought he was really, really good. I wouldn't say the best, but he was up there, you know what I mean? He was up there, you know what I mean? Now, people always defend him because that 13-year-old lied about her age. Okay. Even though he was picking her up from the school and she had a backpack, but I mean, let's just pretend that he was that gullible and didn't notice, even though he's picking her up from the school and she had a backpack on. But because that's he himself confirms that. Let's just say that he was lying about that. Let's just believe that he believed that she was older and she tricked him. But molesting now this 9-year-old who's talking about a 9-year-old talking about him sticking his tongue down there. Why would a 9-year-old make something up like that? Now, people could say the parents told the little girl to lie. There was 10 other kids apart from this little girl. There was 10 other kids. So all 10 of these kids are lying, right? Plus, he had already had a child with a 13-year-old. So everyone's lying. He's the only one that's telling the truth. And in his music, he throws lines in there like, my next wife hasn't even been born yet. You know what I mean? But let's just say that, which doesn't make any sense on why would people want to believe this or try to bring him down. People were saying that they were hating on him, right? That they wanted to bring him down. Look, SPM had a really good career. He was chingon. He was doing his thing. My boy, that vato was no Tupac. He was no Bill Clinton. He was no... You know what I mean? Like, why would because the police will have to pay off now, the DEA, they have to pay off lawyers, judges, to bring him down? Why? Who is he? They don't even put that kind of effort on Chapo Guzman or Pablo Escobar or fucking, or Tupac or these individuals. They're going to put that much effort on SPM? My boy, SPM was not much of a public figure like Tupac or these individuals, so I doubt they would spend so much money. And the risk of getting caught. What if they got caught? You know what I mean? The whole departments will be getting fucking grilled for this shit. So they're gonna risk all of this for SPM? Well, who the hell is he? I'm sorry to say, not that many people knew about him, my boy. He was famous, not that famous. So hold your horses. So let's bring you back down to the real world where people think that this is some conspiracy against him. My boy, he was popping. He wasn't popping that much. So relax, you know. He was good. He wasn't like that. So they didn't even put that much effort on these other individuals like Tupac. They didn't put that much effort on him. Apart from that, grab any 9-year-old, whether it's a sibling, whether it's your kid, and tell them a lie and tell them that to stick to this lie while police are interrogating them. What 9-year-old do you know is gonna keep it straight and out without breaking? When the cops are telling them, you know, if you're lying, you could go to jail. You guys could be in big trouble. You don't think this fucking little kid's gonna start crying and break down and confess? One 9-year-old do you know is going to keep a solid face and keep it true to their story? And we're talking about 10 others apart from this one. Now, some of them they did drop those charges because it was shown that they were fabricated stories. See, some of them. But the ones that they kept, you want to know why they kept them? Because they were fabricated. While some parents were just trying to get money out of it, it fell apart because their kids weren't able to keep a straight face. The other ones, you want to know why they were able to keep those charges? Yeah, because they weren't lying. Because there's no reason for a kid to invent that kind of gruesome, graphic type details of what individuals, you know, have done. The paperwork's out there. You know what I mean? He confesses it in his raps about some of the stuff that he says on there. It's pretty disturbing. You know, because it does go in details. But before, nobody paid it any mind because, you know, why would they? They wouldn't think that this individual was some kind of weirdo like that until shit comes and hits the fans. Like, you already got a 13-year-old pregnant, and now these kids are coming out and saying the same shit, and it's like, my boy, come on now, you know what I mean? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. You know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, or whatever. Like, come on now, homie. Where there's smoke, there's fire, bro. You already got a 13-year-old pregnant, and you expect me to believe that now another person's making it up? Yeah, so everybody's lying except him? Come on now, bro. Denial at its finest, if you really think that. Like, so many kids, plus this other girl that was pregnant, so everyone's lying except him? And this is one big-ass plot to bring him down? Well, who the fuck is he? He got bread. He don't got that much bread, my boy, that they want to take him down. He wasn't the king of Texas. He wasn't. He was good, but he wasn't no fucking... Now, like I said, not even these motherfuckers are they putting that much effort to try to stain their names. They don't want to stain him like that? Risking the chance of getting caught and fucking their whole department getting grilled? And for him? You know what I mean? If you're gonna risk it all and put all your shit on, all your chips on the table, it's gonna be for something a lot bigger than SPM, my boy. I'll tell you that much. 100. All these motherfuckers could lose their jobs and potentially get arrested themselves. You know what I mean? For conspiracy to obstruct justice. So they're gonna risk getting the chance of doing time for this guy? Come on now, bro. Let's be realistic here. I know people don't want to believe it because raza, I know they want to be able to relay that somebody from the slums could make it out, you know, and everything like that. I know you probably had your best memories to his music and shit like that, but my boy, you gotta face the facts when facts are facts, homie. It is what it is. This type of behavior could happen to anybody. So not just because he has money means that he's not willing to, the sickness not willing to invade him. Nah, it could attack anybody from police officers, doctors, lawyers, teachers, judges, law enforcement, president, anybody. White, black, Asian, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? There's been molesters from all ethnicities, all kinds of backgrounds, whether lawyer, you know, Marine, doesn't matter, my boy. The shit infects everybody. You know what I mean? So just because he was a rapper with money doesn't mean that he's in, you know, that can't happen, that he can't be one just because of that. Nah. It's real talk, homie. So it's not that we were hating whatever. Nah, we were fans, homie. There was no reason why to hate. You know what I mean? We didn't want to believe it, but it was so. But you won't. And I'm sorry, I can't fuck with somebody that touches kids, my boy. That shit ain't cool. And I can't fuck with people that fuck with somebody that touches kids, homie. To me, you're an equal less piece of shit as him. That's real talk. How you gonna take advantage of a kid? How you gonna ruin a kid's innocence? And how you gonna say a fucking kid is a liar and try to shame the child over this fucking grown ass man? You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, come on now, bro. It's a fucking kid. There's no reason why a kid should be able to make up all these in details of what this individual did. And I get it. There's some people out there that want money, but to what extent, my boy? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, some charges were dismissed. That's why a lot of people were saying that these kids were making it up, because they grabbed that part, because some of these parents were trying to lie just to get money. Yeah, that was true. That's why those charges were dismissed. These detectives did their jobs. They were able to separate who was telling the truth from who was lying. And guess what? Some of them stood. You want to know why? Because they weren't lying. I'm just saying. Shadow, we out.